Hello, BookTube. I have some mail, tiny bit of mail, but I thought, why not, right? Why I used to open all my mail with you when I was getting bombarded with it. Now it's barely a trickle. It's flip side is very good, which is that all the publishers that I deal with are aggressively pursuing ebooks, e-galleys, that sort of thing. Also, they're doing all sorts of different ways to do it, but they are very much putting their energy into that, and that's great. That's absolutely fantastic. But it doesn't do, it's not the same. Being the oldest who tries to avoid the glare, showing an iPad with a book cover on it isn't the same as opening something in the mail. But I got a package, and I also got a piece of mail that could not be more welcome by yours truly, because it's from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. It's from the good folks that bring you jury selection for jury duty. I got one of these notices in the mail a couple of weeks ago saying you've been selected for jury duty, and I uttered a Gaelic expletive right there on the porch. and fortunately, on the form here, there was an email saying if you believe that you are disqualified, feel free to email us. Send an email at this address. So I went. I thought I was going to encounter a typical government website pig's breakfast, but instead it was fairly accessible and fairly clear. And I had two objections to being selected for jury duty. The first was that I wanted to write, you must be out of your effing mind to think that I or anyone with a brain in their head are going to go to a jury selection pool of 50 people crammed into one room and wait all morning to see if you're chosen for somebody who hopped a turnstile in a time of plague. You're absolutely insane if you think I'm going to do that. I'm not going to do that. And if you try to make me, I'll sue you for attempted homicide. I'm obviously not going to do that. No one should do that. But that was objection number one. Once I calmed down, I realized that would have been a bad thing to put on a government website. Instead, I used objection number two, which is that in Massachusetts, you can't be called inside of 3 years. If you're called once, you get a time off. I'm on every list that the Commonwealth has. And so I get summoned for jury duty every single year, all the time. And they send you a little piece of paper when you go. They give you a little piece of paper and they say, don't lose this. We don't have a record of it. Don't lose this paper because it is your only proof that you have been summoned. So if you're summoned next year and you say, no, I was summoned last year, you're going to have to prove it. And you're going to need this piece of paper to do it. And like everyone else in the system, I don't. I always say, okay, I'm going to put this where I know I'll remember it. And then I don't remember where it is at all. and that happened this time. And I was at 6s and 7s. I was thinking, oh my God, I don't have any idea where that piece of paper is. How on earth am I going to prove this? And then I remembered that when I called the Commonwealth of Massachusetts last time they chose me, I talked to a wonderful young woman on the phone, and she said, yeah, can you tell me your reason for not coming in? And I said, well, you're going to laugh. And she said, oh, I need a laugh. And I said, I just got a puppy. I have a tiny little puppy. And if I go, she's going to be alone here all day long. She'll be chewing on things, she'll be peeing on things, she'll be pooping on things. And I'd really rather avoid that. If you could just give me a little postponement, well, then she'll be a little older and a little more responsible, and I'll have taken a hand in her training. But right now, there's no way. And sure enough, by the time I was done with that excuse, the woman was laughing her head off. And she said, oh, I don't have a slot for puppy, but I think that's a good reason. So we'll postpone you 6 months. And when the 6 months was over, I did go, and I did serve, and I wrote a review while I was waiting. And that anecdote, remembering that anecdote, gave me the clue I needed to go into my records. That allowed me to know exactly when that happened and go into my records and find out the badge number and the jury room selection and all of that. I put that in the website, and I got a couple of days later, I got a response saying you're right. You've proven to our satisfaction that we've called you too early. And this came in the mail and is my excuse. It is them telling me you are excused from jury duty. All because of you. You got me out of jury duty. Because I remembered having you as a baby. You were a baby. Oh, I lied a little because she was a wonderful puppy. I could have left her. but I figured I'll never get a chance like this again. It was because of you. Now look how big you are, how old you are. You're not a puppy anymore. Not at all. So, I always knew this little dog would come in handy someday. So that was the piece of mail I was most happy about. But there's also a package. I don't know what this is. It doesn't. It's pink, so I don't think it comes from a publisher. I'm not really sure though. So I'm gonna dig into it and we'll see. Oh, what are you doing? Oh no, baby. I know you miss packaging, but this is plastic. You can't have plastic, baby girl. No, you can't have plastic, little girl. What have we got here? Oh my! Oh, this is from one of you. This isn't from a publisher at all. What have we got here? Okay. All right. One of you has been shopping. Oh, you shouldn't know. You know who you are. You should not have sent me anything in the middle of a pandemic. I hope you were careful. Oh my. Oh my. Okay. Well, the first thing is Roger Stern, a heck of a guy, who did a novel about Superman, The Life and Death of Superman, by Roger Stern. This is the mass market paperback with an original illustration. There is Superman from the brief time when he had a mullet, when he had long hair. There he is soaring over Metropolis. And this is... Oh, that's a bookmark and everything. Oh my. This is the whole story of Doomsday and the death of Superman and then his return in a novel form. I had this once upon a time. Good Lord. I don't have any idea where my copy is. None. What is that, baby? What is that? That's a bookmark. It's one of these magnetic bookmarks with a sloth on it. No, baby, I don't. You can't eat that either. I don't think there's anything in this package that you can eat. She's just crawling all over me because she wants everything that's in this package. All right, so that's number one, The Life and Death of Superman. That is worth an immediate reread. I used to have a great library of Superman books, and I don't. I got rid of it, and I now I'll have it again. That's great. Okay, this next one I don't know at all. Maybe some of you do. This is from 1990. It's by George Alec Effinger. That name rings a bell. And it's called Zork, the Zork Chronicles. I don't have any idea what that is. This is from Infocom. The publisher is Infocom, who did Enchanter by Robin Bailey, Planetfall by Arthur Bryan Cover, Wishbringer by Craig Shaw Gardner, and Stationfall by Arthur Bryan Cover. And this is the Zork Chronicles. From the dawn of the age of computer games, one of the greatest challenges has always been Zork. Oh, it's an early computer game. Did any of you know this? Any of you know this? Have any of you played Zork? This is the classic and standard, the standard against which all other adventure games are measured. Through 5 best-selling games, the world of Zork has been the source of fantastic quests by intrepid computer heroes. All right, so that's computer games from a blast from the past. I'm wondering if any of you know this and what I'm going to encounter. And then the last one, which is by Alan Garner, and this is, oh my, this is a gem. This is from 1963. This is an Ace book, but it's an Ace book from before Ace adopted their signature yellow spine. This is the kind of thing that Mark Richardson or I would have snapped up if we'd seen it at one of our epic book trolling buying sessions that we absolutely never needed to go on. This is by Alan Garner, and this is The Moon of Comrath. Look at that. All the forgotten wizardry and alien lore of a far-off age and an unknown world found in the weird stone of Bringisman come back with an even greater power and more urgent menace in Alan Garner's modern classic, The Moon of Gomrath. Here, told with the talent of a Tolkien and the wonder of an Andre Norton, is what befell the 2 Earthlings, Colin and Susan, when they accidentally unleashed the wild hunters of the time of Gomrath to join with the powers of evil in an alliance to seize the world of men. Here, too, are the beleaguered forces of good, the wizard Cadogan, the elf lord Atlendor, the dwarfish Uthkar, the two wherever they can in the fiery combat of old magic against new. So humans, a wizard, an elf, a dwarf. So okay, all right. So I wonder, now I'm trying to remember, is this the author of The Weird Stone of Bringisman? Because that rings a bell. Still, I don't think I've ever read this. Oh my, oh goodness gracious. Well, whoever you know who you are, the person who sent this. I'm not sure about Zork, of course. I've never played a video game in my life. But this is a home run. I haven't read this since it came out in 1990. Was it 1990? Was it 1990? 1993. And I don't think I've ever read this. This is going to be a lot of great old-fashioned fun. And I will give Zork a try. So there you go. Mail. How do you like that? So I got 3 oldies but goodies. Well, maybe not all that good, but it's not going to matter to me. They're going to be great fun to read. And disqualification from jury duty. Great. See you in another year. So that's it. That was my mail haul for today. Not much, but lots of fun. Always great to get books in the mail. Thank you so much, the sender. Thank you so much. I'm going to wrap this up, but I'll be back. Thank you, BookTube.